Can't even tell you how hard the CIA runs the rap game. It's insane. The State Department just recently brought like 22 hip-hop artists from all these different conflict zones. I can walk you through in Bangladesh how USAID was funding rap musicians, reporting back to the State Department about how the songs were designed to create street protests, producing their music videos.
You're talking about ones from other countries right now.
They were also working with USAID to secretly fund the hip-hop movement in Cuba to overthrow the Cuban government through anti-government rap anthems.
I want your opinion. Do you think rap music is weaponized against black people? I definitely do. Being that I grew up on rap music, it took me a long time to accept this fact that rap music has become something that's becoming detrimental to the black community. And that's coming from a street dude that was raised on rap music. And I'm not speaking of rap music in general. I'm speaking specifically about drill music. That music is escalating black on black violence amongst the youth, and it's also filling the prison industrial complex. Drill music is the soundtrack of black youths killing each other on the streets, and it's being financed by record labels that are invested in the prison industrial complex. Watch this clip and I'll be right back.
And then this guy, Ice Cube, I had him on the podcast yesterday. He's on Bill Maher, and he's saying, Bill Maher, the same people that own the record labels also own the private prisons. Who's he talking about? While he was on the podcast here, he said BlackRock. Do you know what are the two biggest private prisons in America? One of them is called Geo Group, right? Do you know who's the biggest shareholder, institutional shareholder of Geo Group? You ready? Number one, you can find this for yourself, BlackRock. They own roughly 14.16%. You know what number two is? It's called Vanguard. You know what they own? 9.96%. And by the way, the other one is called Core Civic Incorporated. Ready? Number one, biggest top institutional holder. Public information, BlackRock, 16.75%. Number two is Vanguard, 11.17%. You know what they like? They like the investment. It's a great business model. Let's get more people. If you own restaurants, what do you want? More customers. If you own hospitals, what do you want? More sick people. If you own a private prison, what do you need? We need more people to go to jail. Come on, baby.
What I'm getting ready to say is an unpopular take, and it's hard for me to say this, but I think one of the most detrimental things to happen to the black community recently was the rise in popularity of King Von. And the reason I say that is King Von made something that is extremely detrimental to the black community look cool. And when rappers make something look cool, kids try to live it out and be like them. One of the most tragic things that I can see is I can run across a young person and I can tell that they want to be like King Von. They talking like him, they walk like him, they know every one of his songs lyric for lyric, they wear their hair like him, and they want to have the clout of unaliving other black males like him. In the documentary Rap's First Serial Killer, when you look at the 7 people that they say King Von has something to do with unaliving, each one of them were young black kids. And there is millions of kids that want to be like King Von. Now, don't get it wrong. I listen to this music and I like a lot of it, but I'm a grown man that has the ability to listen to it and have a mental filter. When you are talking about a 14, 15-year-old kid in a poverty-stricken environment infested by drugs and guns, to surmise all this, yes, I do believe it has been weaponized against black people.
Didn't change the music, they changed the frequency. Before the 1950s, music was tuned to 432 hertz. It's the frequency of nature. Earth, even your DNA. Then, without warning, they switched everything to 440 hertz. No vote, no debate, just flip the switch. 432 hertz brings harmony, peace, and mental clarity. 440 hertz creates tension, anxiety, and now it's the global standard. So when you're listening to your playlist, are you being entertained or conditioned? 440 hertz scrambles your energy field. It makes you more reactive, more obedient, more out of tune with yourself. And who profits? The ones who sell you pills for the anxiety caused by the frequency they normalized. So they didn't just rewrite music, they rewired you, but you can retune.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. If you can broadcast frequencies carrying information, this technology has long been known, carrying information and perceptions within the frequency that the brain decodes information, the brain will decode those frequencies and will have those perceptions. You can externally influence people's perceptions externally by broadcasting these frequencies that we interact with, because we are antenna.
The sad reality is that where we now play our music is in A440. Where did that come from? It used to be 417. A440 came in with the Roman Catholic Church. They suppressed the frequencies. They lost somehow the 152 of the best Gregorian chants, including the hymn to St. John the Baptist, which we've now recovered. That particular hymn was what triggered Dr. Palaio's investigation, looking for those frequencies of vibration by which the music was played. It was known as the most uplifting hymn of all the ages, the most spiritually uplifting hymn. Hymn to St. John the Baptist. It was played to 6 tones. These are those 6 tones. These are those 6 frequencies. And so the A440 is what now is the standard tuning. If you go A439, you're closer to one of the Creator's tones. If you go A441, you're closer to one of the Creator's original tones. That's how precisely it has been manipulated. To do what? To shut down the 95% of your brain, particularly the right brain that operates the heart-mind for the divine human community.
Some decades ago, there was a guy who worked out the frequencies of different emotional states. This is long ago. I mean, it's very, very sophisticated now. So every thought, every emotional response is a frequency. It generates a frequency, and it is of itself a frequency. Hate is a frequency, and it's different to love. You know, when you are in a room and there's lots of aggression and conflict and hatred, you feel it. What do people say? Oh God, you can cut the atmosphere with a knife in there. That is because the frequencies of hate and conflict have been so generated, they have changed the electromagnetic field of the room.
When you go driving your car and your channel on the radio is tuned to a station and you're grooving to the music, you love that music. As you get farther and farther away from the broadcasting tower, that music gets static. You start to lose the signal from the clear channel, broadcast, and it gets staticky. When it gets staticky, you get a little annoyed. But you want to listen to it. You really have a heart for that music, so you continue to listen to it for another 10, 15 miles, and suddenly it becomes so annoying that you just get disgusted, you go, ah, and you shut it off. And if you continue to listen to it, you get sick. That's what we're talking about here. Except you don't even know that you've been listening to the static your whole life. you don't even know what the true resonant frequency is because it has been kept.
Now, of course, to really be effective, we need to use the proper words and phrases, scientifically selected. But that gives you the basic idea. We embed messages just below the threshold of perception, so they can go directly into the subconscious.
They can play across a community these frequencies without anyone knowing, and it starts to have an effect, and it starts to build rage, it starts to build anger, and people might not realize why they're feeling it, but they start to feel it. And then what they do is they trigger that with an event. Maybe some guy is attacked by the police or something, or somebody's arrested for something they didn't commit, and now there's the trigger. The blue touch paper has been lit of this manufactured frequency-driven rage, and you have mass riots and what have you, and people do things that they wouldn't normally do.
So in other words, the master composer, master conductor of the Universal Orchestra is singing love songs in 5/8, uplifting everything simultaneously. And we're the only species out of tune and accepting static for the clear channel.
Do you know that the American military, they've admitted this. They have technology that fires frequencies at the enemy that basically breaks the enemy's spirit, so they give up and put their weapons down. This is the technology we're dealing with.
People don't understand, like I mentioned, when you arouse yourself with these things, you're opening yourself up to a whole nother world that people don't understand. And as you mentioned, the musicians playing with the Ouija board, people don't know what these people are doing behind the scenes. There's a reason these women and these people are screaming in the crowd for them. Many people are utilizing the assistance of the jinn to assist them in their performances and everything. People don't realize these things. This is a whole nother reality, especially many of the Muslims are very ignorant towards this fact. They don't understand that this is a whole nother element. It's just not something that's, friendly and things like this. No, you are inviting these things into your home on a deeper level. You're inviting these things to your home and everything. So when you're talking about the jinn and these things like this, I'll give an example from a personal experience. Eddie, I can tell you that when I was a non-Muslim, as I mentioned to you, I used to play various instruments. I can tell you that it literally felt like I was under possession. I would do things that I was not able to do. I would play things that I was not able to play normally, that I wasn't able to play twice. And musicians may say, oh, this is the musician effect. Okay. The word genius comes from the word jinn. So, me and a brother in Egypt, I remember we were having this conversation. He's a brother that knew Jimi Hendrix. He knew a lot of people. He's an old school musician. And he said, me and him were playing around talking about the word genius and stuff like this. He said, when we think about the word genius, we used to think about that person has that jinn. He got that jinn. Reflect on this. People like Jimi Hendrix, and he was not able to play without being under a substance, being high, without being high. So we know, even from a scholarly point of view, what do the scholars mention about people that get high and things like this? You make yourself open to what? The jinn. Every musician that is on the highest level, think about it. Many of them are doing drugs and alcohol to get them to that level. You can't escape it. You might as well, if you don't want to be involved with drugs and alcohol or listening to someone that is involved in those things, you might as well take all of your CDs and everything and just throw it out. Because this is what the people that you're listening to, this is what they're involved in, many of them. Getting high, alcohol, and as you mentioned, Islam clearly clarifies and makes clear the position on those things. So, and when we're talking about soul music, have people listened to these terms? Soul music. This is something coming from someone's soul. So what state is that person in when they're relaying those lyrics to you? Or when they were singing that song, what state was the soul in? Because you may start to feel the way that person was feeling. You understand? This is a serious thing. This is a spiritual thing you're talking about. That's why they know it. They call it soul music.
Yeah.
They say, they throw terms out. This is magic in the making. Okay, what magic are you talking about? The heart itself is searching for the truth, sometimes without the individual realizing it. But what happens is that we become so busy, and I was just having this conversation with another brother about how Shaitan makes us so busy in our lives, you know, whether it be with music, once again, movies, you're watching, you know, people that are glued to the TV, literally becoming a zombie. We become so busy in our lifestyle that we don't realize the heart is literally screaming out. It's screaming for guidance.
What you got? Yo, I'm a god, I'm a king, not a nigga. Next, get out. You want to be, what you got? Yo, I am a beautiful queen. Nah, we ain't looking for that. Get out. All right, next, what you got? Yo, I'm gonna spin the block, kill him, shoot him in the head, go to the, yo, oh my God, you're amazing. We never even heard anything like this. Yo, give him a record deal right now. Finance him. Okay, next. Buddy, we're gonna call you. You're what we're looking for. Next. Eat my booty, daddy. Eat my booty, daddy. Eat my booty, daddy. My coochie is for sale. Did you hear what she said? Booty, coochie, set. Yo, you're it. You're hot. We're gonna have you on Billboard tomorrow. This was happening, right? So we're being weaponized to destroy our self.
This ain't no fucking gun. This ain't no normal gun that just shoot one bullet per second. What's a fucking switch? Yeah. I don't play with one bullet per second fucking bullets. I play it 25 minutes per bullet. Ain't none of that shit, niggas. If y'all fucking got a roadblock that shoot one bullet per second, y'all the fucking ops. Kill the fucking ops right now. I'm in the ops crib. Yeah. All these niggas suck my dick.
Yo, look at this real quick, right? Pay close attention to.
How your whole block crack, cause the wheels in the sky. Now the ops want me dead, so I tell them come try. But I slide first, all I hear is fire. That's that nigga. Hey, that's how I'm coming, bitch. Like a track star, I'm on my block, really running shit. I do this shit in real life, but this shit is not a skit. Remember putting tape up on the line just to make it fit. I remember sliding every day, I wasn't at the park. I ain't had no lighter, but I really had to make it spark. Keep that eye on me like my real name was Spark. I'm trying to leave a mark, nigga.
A whole verse talking about unaliving somebody murdered, taking somebody's life, right? Little girl know the verse word for word. But besides all that, like, fuck that she know the verse word for word. Little kids learn whatever you put in front of them. They sponges. I'm paying attention to her body language. Like, that demon time phrase is more than just a phrase. That shit is an energy and a frequency. And pay attention to her energy. Look at her eyes. Look at everything about her, right? That shit got a hold of her. That frequency got a hold of her. And this is what I tell people. Music is a frequency. And she tapped all the way into that frequency. And the person that's sitting next to her that's supposed to love her and care for her and be looking out for her, she's just trying to impress them. She's trying to make them happy. You could tell she looking out the corner of her eye. She thinks she's doing the right thing by doing what she's doing. Not knowing that the person that's supposed to be loving her and caring for her is leading her down a road of destruction. Same way from generation to generation, we just keep passing down this dumbass culture to every generation, and then we'll blame everybody else of why we so fucked up. Nah, we fucking our own selves up. And the sad thing is, drill culture, they don't value life anymore. They don't have no value for life. That's why they think calling you old is disrespect. They think that's disrespect because they don't have no aspirations of getting old. It's like they say you breed something worse than you. We just keep breeding something worse and worse and worse by keep passing down this degenerate ass culture shit that we be doing.